Hi. Index and match functions are used basically to overcome the drawback of VLOOKUP function. If you recollect, in VLOOKUP function, we can look up the values only in the first column, and that drawback is removed by using these index and match functions. These are two different functions, but they are used in a combination. Actually, inside index function, we use match functions to obtain two parameters. Let us see. Please watch my previous video on VLOOKUP to stay current. Hi. In this video, we'll take a look at index and match functions. What does an index function do? It will return the value in any particular cell if you specify its row number and column number. It's very straightforward. Just to illustrate, for example, this is Q. What cell is this? This is Q4. Suppose if I write any value in this, let us say I am writing 666. So this is the value written in it. So what will the index function do? We can write index, okay? We can write index, and for which function do you want to find out the value? You write Q4, okay? And after that, we simply write the column number and row number, but it should be from a table, right? So this is an individual cell, so it's not a table. So you could pretty much write 1 1 and it is going to give you the answer, okay? Nevertheless, we'll see it in the next sheet. Similarly, match function is used to get the row number of a particular value, okay? Now this looks little different, right? Initially we were looking at index function where we are required to give the row number, okay? We are required to give the row number. Now remember, in a big table where let's say there are 5,000 rows, now if there is one particular employee ID whose ID is, let's say, 249, now you can't find out the row number of that very easily by scrolling up and down, right? It is difficult, correct? So the index function will be difficult to use because if you have to search and find the row number. Similarly, if it is a big table with many columns, it will be difficult to find the column number by counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on for the columns. So this match function, we just give the specify the range, and in that you try to match a particular value. Say you're looking at employee ID 249, so just write 249. So it will tell you, okay, 249 lies in row number 5 and so on. Okay. Now, the beauty is we can use these match function because they are as such by themselves, they are not of much use, because what will we do with the row number or column number? What we can do is we can use index function, and within the index function where we need to find out the row number, we need to specify the row number or column number. That we will do by using match function, right? That means it's a combination of index function and match function. All right. So now just for an info, which is very vital in VLOOKUP function, if you remember, the lookup value has to be in the first column. That means you can look up for a particular value only on the right. For example, if employee ID is given in the first row, then you can find his salary or his DA or his sales. But then employee ID must be specified in the first column. What if in a table the names are given first and employee ID is given in the third or fourth row? Now that won't work because VLOOKUP always looks to the right from the lookup value. And to overcome this drawback are these index and match functions utilized. Okay, we are going to take a look at it in the next sheet. And by the way, as we go for the advanced versions of Excel, say Office 21 or Office 365, Excel has provided a simpler version of a function to do both these jobs. So you don't have to really look at index and match functions, and still you can do a lookup, and that is called as XLOOKUP function. But that would be given in my next video. All right. Just a hint for those of you who have not seen my video on VLOOKUP, please go back to my previous videos and go through the VLOOKUP function so that you will understand the necessity for these index and match functions. Okay, having seen through the details of this and its application, now let's come to the example. So here is the index match function, and what is the index function? First, let us take a look at its syntax. So first you need to give the array or within bracket table. Okay, so array means a range actually. So you need to basically tell where is your data lying. Okay, where is your data lying? Okay, so you need to specify that. Okay, then we need to indicate the row number and the column number for that particular cell. Okay, whatever you are looking at, we need to give the row number and column number. Okay, we are going to take a look at the examples. First, let's understand the index. And now, while we are at it, let us understand the index of match function. Now, match function, you give a lookup value. Let us say employee ID is 249. So write 249 or the cell wherever this value is given. And then you give the lookup array. What is the lookup array? Lookup array means in which column this particular value lies. Okay. So that column range you have to specify. Okay. You have to specify the column range. That's all. It is going to give you the answer. And the last argument is match type. Okay, it's a bit complex right now. We will see more details about it in my next video, where we are going to take a look at various practical examples of index and match functions. But here I will keep it simple, saying that if you want to find the exact match, no no approximated values. Those who of you have seen the VLOOKUP, you will understand what is the exact match and what is an approximate match. So for the time being, just specify 0 and that would be exact match. And one more thing, as you can see, this formula is written here, match type is given here in rectangular bracket. That means it's an optional argument. So whenever there is an optional argument, there is always a default argument. So when you don't specify the argument, it will automatically look for exact match and its value will be 0. Right now, the data is given here. I'm not going to spend much in it, but the other values which are possible here is 1 and -1. But never mind, we'll take a look at it in the next video. Just put value 0 for the exact match, or don't put anything. It will take exact match, right? So now let us try and see the example. First, understand the table. Okay, this is a table which has got employee ID and name and salary and city. As you can see, I have selected the entire table, and please see here in the name box, its name is EMP. That means in the formula, you can pretty much use the name instead of giving the table range. How do you give table range? That means you give from the topmost left cell to the rightmost bottom cell. That would give the full range. That means from this particular cell, okay, up to this cell. But we don't have to worry about it, okay, because we have given the name to this table. I'm just selecting the full table here, and you can see the name EMP. So we are going to use that in the formula, right? So, okay, we are going to take a look at it one by one. First, let us take a look at index formula. Okay, what did I say earlier? You give the table range and indicate the row number and column number. Okay, so what is our exercise here? Here is the example. From this table given, find the EMP ID of John. So John comes under column name. Here John, but we want to find his employee ID. That is the example we are going to take a look at. Okay. That is the example we are going to take a look at. All right. Now, uh, firstly, we are simply demonstrating how an index would be found out. Okay. So obviously, as you look at the table, our answer lies here, correct? The answer is 3 because the EMP ID of John is 3, right? So EMP ID of John is 3. We would like to get this answer firstly by index formula. So what is the index formula? Okay, we'll come here and just click on this. What does it specify? First, you give the table array. So you indicate the table. So we have written here, what did we write here? Employee. So in this table, our data is given. What is the next argument? Just give the row number. What is the row number? What is the row number? Start counting from the first row of this table, which is 17, 18, 19, 20. So the row number is 4. Okay. For this particular value of employee ID, the row number is 4. And what is the next argument? Column number. Right. Next argument is column number. And which is the column number? It is the first column, which is employee ID. So we have to just write a pretty simple formula, is equal to index. So we are looking in the table employee and we are looking at the row number 4 and column number 1, and that is going to give us the answer 3. Okay. Now this was just to explain to you how index is going to work. But obviously this is not the way index function is actually used. The values of row number 4, which we looked at and specified 4, and column number 1, which we looked at because it's a very small table, we could count easily how the number, row number and column number, but in big tables you won't be able to do that. So to find out these values 4 and 1, we use the other function called match. Okay. So now let us put a simple question. What is the row number where the name given is John? Okay. For example, this is the value we are looking at. What is the row number for this particular name? Now, where is this John name listed? It is listed in this column, right? So the column range is this. Okay. All right. So syntax is pretty simple here. All right. This is the formula match. So first we give the lookup value, which is D20. Okay. That is where John is written, right? And now we give the range D17 to D22. What is D17 to D22? You can see it in red. It is the entire column where the names are given. So in this range, we are going to look for John. Okay. And what is the last argument? That is match type. I told you just put 0 over there. It means it will look for exact match. So it has to be John only. It cannot be Johnny. Okay. It has to be John, right? And you enter it. You can see the formula here. Match. D18 is the lookup value. D15 to D20. Okay. All right. This could be the range and match. So we just enter over here. We got the answer, which we had given in the first formula. Can you see it here in the first formula? Answer given is 4, right? Because it's in the row number 1, 2, 3, 4, correct? This we looked visually and just put it there. But now we are going to make use of formula. Similarly, we use match function to find out the column number. Okay. So what is the formula? Again, pretty simple formula. What are we looking at? We are looking at C17. That means we want to find out what is the column number of EMP ID. Okay. And then we specify lookup array. Where is it listed? Okay. C17 to F17. What is C17 to F17? This is it. C17. Okay. Sorry. C17 to F17 is the red saying. That means it is horizontal now because these are the column headings. So column number 1, column number 2, column number 3, column number 4. So what is the column number? Where is the column number specified? It is specified in this range. So we write C17 to F17, and last value, as told earlier, is match type. We just put 0 for what? For exact match. That's it. and we got the answer here. Column number of EMPID is 1, right? And now we combine both these things and use this formula. Okay, what do we use this formula? Now please take a look at this formula. We have combined, first one is index, so it says give the array. Okay, array, what is the array? Array is nothing but the entire table in which we are going to look at the answer. So we have simply specified emp, which is the name of the table. Okay, now what is the next thing which we are supposed to write? We are supposed to write row number, but we don't know the row number. Okay, because it's a big table, we don't know the row number. So what we will do is instead use this match formula, where instead of the second argument we have put a function within another function, just like we had a look at that function, okay, earlier, match function. So we are trying to find out the row number by using a match function. So we write again d20 and within the range this and 0 as explained earlier, and this is going to fetch us the row number. What is the third argument of this? Third argument of this is column number. So we just click here and we have used the match function to determine its column number again. As explained earlier, we have used the match function where we want to look for C17, which is EMPID, and we want to find out its column number within all these columns specified between C17 to F17. Okay, so as explained earlier, same formula which we had solved earlier, it is the same formula like this. Okay, this is the red marked things where column headings are given, and the column, it is going to give us the column number of this particular value C17, which is nothing but EMPID. That's it. So basic function is index, where the first one is the table array, second one is the row number found out by using a match function, then we put a comma here, and the third one we are supposed to give a column number, we again use a match function and determine the column number. That's it. And with that we get the answer. Okay, what is the answer we get here? E. That means now a combined formula is used to find the EMPID of John, where we have used an index formula, and within index formula we have used two match formulas to find out their respective rows and columns. Right? That's it. I hope you have understood it. It looks a bit complex, but if you study it step by step, it's pretty much simple. All right. And I will stop this video, but not before mentioning once again Excel in its advanced versions of Office 21 and Office 365. They have found a solution for these complicated formulas by using a simple formula which is called XLOOKUP. Right? So please see for my next video, find a very good formula called XLOOKUP. Right? And one more thing, if you wish to look up more than one value, if you wish to find an extract of a table, what do you want to find? An extract of a table. That means few values, not only one value. You want to find out extract from a table. Okay, small piece of data. Okay, from one table, when you want to find it, you can use another function that is called offset. Why am I introducing it here? Just to let you know tremendous advantage of these functions, XLOOKUP and offset. Okay, XLOOKUP and offset. Don't forget to move on to my next video to watch these very useful and advanced functions. And let me tell you, they are very commonly used for anyone who is working on Excel or advanced Excel. They'll be using these functions very commonly. So make sure that you understand and start using them. That's it. And yes, if you find this useful, click the like. If you wish to catch several such videos, hit subscribe. For notifications, ring the bell and share this so that others too can watch. Bye.